Hello everyone and welcome back to SimCity and welcome back to my OmegaCo versus Academy region where both quote-unquote factions fight for control of 3 islands over here. Okay, actually we have 4 islands, but we can only build cities on 3 of them, so yeah. Who cares? Let's return to a field city, and in the last episode I created this road here for our new industry area, and away from camera I continued a bit because we have not so much space here, and it took me, I don't know, 2 or 3 hours to build these few roads and buildings. And yeah, finally I was able to add the rail track with a trade port down here, or connected to a trade port, and a harbor. And yeah, at first I wanted to build 2 trade ports for a big harbor, but I think we don't have enough space here, so we need the space for our industry, and I think probably this will be not enough, so I will also change things here a bit to have a bit additional space for additional industry buildings. So yeah, but at first let's continue here. Let's build the first industry, and these OmegaCo factories are closed at the moment because at the moment I don't need them, and this is the only one we have here. And yeah, at the moment this one have no resources. So what we're gonna do now is we are adding the global market VTOL pad to this thing. So probably we don't need a trade port or anything like this for my OmegaCo factories. The only reason why I have the trade port here is for industry freight and for importing resources for the great works. At the moment, yeah, I should let the simulation ran a bit away from camera over here in Iron Mountain City, because this city produce all the alloy we need. But yeah, I haven't done this so far. That's the reason why we don't have any resources here, and the construction didn't really start so far. But yeah, this is something I want to do away from camera. And yeah, let's return to the city. And yeah, for this city I will buy the other resources for the great works, sorry. So that's the reason why I need this trade port. So of course we could put a VTOL pad here as well. So in that case we wouldn't need a rail connection or harbor, but it looks cool. That's the reason why I wanna have this here. And yeah, so let's continue. And yeah, by the way, if you haven't played SimCity Cities of Tomorrow so far, the VTOL pad is or on the VTOL pad there can land a kind of an aircraft transport ship that brings all or import all the resources you want or export everything you want. So for this you use this thing, and you can unlock this at the OmegaCo HQ. So, but yeah, like I said, I want to continue here. I want to add our first industry buildings, and yeah, let's zone some industry along this road on this side and over here. Oh, there's something wrong with the road, unfortunately, and this is something we have to fix. Alright, so let's rebuild this and then everything should fine. Yes, alright. And we should start to build our first mega tower levels. And let's have a look at the population menu. We have a few available, I mean actually a lot of available jobs for low wealth, medium wealth, and a few for high wealth workers and shoppers. We have a lot of unsatisfied shoppers, so we should build a mall level also as well. And yeah, I think this is not a bad idea. And we have no homeless. That is pretty interesting. I think I never had a city without any homeless. So this is interesting. So yeah, let's build a low wealth apartment level over here. Medium wealth. Alright, and we should build a mall level over here. Mall level, medium wealth. I think this is good. And we should speed up the simulation a bit. And we should zone additional industry over here. We need the space here for a additional storage lot, I think, for the resource we want to import for our Great Works construction. And over here we have this egg shape, potato shape thing. And yeah, actually I think I could build a park, but on the other hand, there they are. There are our vituals, and they only imported crude oil. This is unfortunate. So yeah, let's put this one over here, this one there, and probably one drone factory over here. Yeah, let's put this on this side, and now this road is futurized, or this curve. So this is okay. And yeah, I hope the vituals are enough or have enough transport capacity to keep this thing operational, this factory. I'm not sure about this. If not, and if we need a larger trade port in addition, that would be a problem for us, because like I said, we don't have not so much space here. So what is the job situation? Alright, we have not so many available jobs anymore, which is good, but we have to be careful so we don't get any homeless people here. So it will take a moment until these things will be generate profit. At the moment we lose a lot of money, and yeah, I'm not sure if the Omega production is enough to have a nice positive cash flow here in this city. I think maybe I should add a additional specialization, and one pretty good idea came from what was the name of this guy? Ivan Coin or so? Sorry, my friend, if I haven't remembered your name correctly. He suggested in the comments of the last episode I should add some low wealth casinos to the city, because I have a lot of low wealth megatowers, so a lot of low wealth population later, and that would be a nice source for income. And actually this is not a bad idea, I think. But yeah, I will do this later. Alright, our production starts now. Maybe it's not a good idea to mix a drone production and a OmegaCo production, Omega production, because this means that the VTOLs need additional or a certain type of resource to deliver to this factory. That would make things difficult. And yeah, however, the next thing I like to do is I need high-wealth workers. So I want to redesign or rebuild parts of this area. It's a very curvy and organic area here. This is very good, I think, because that fits to a academy district. I want to have a small academy district here. But I think I should remove this roundabout. Mayor's house. Yeah, I will rebuild this somewhere else, and probably I should remove this little area here as well, because I think I need to expand the water pumping station and the sewage treatment plant. It's way too small for all this industry and mega towers. Well, let's keep an eye on this thing here. Yeah, I think we have to import raw R, probably. And yeah, I think, I don't know. Let's keep an eye on this. But before, let's continue over here. And one of the things that is not so nice is that we don't have symmetry over here, as you can see. This curve here is no symmetry with this one. That is unfortunate. And yeah, actually, also we have no symmetry over here. So I think probably, yeah, I'm not sure how I should rebuild this. What I want to do is I want to keep some space here for additional industry. So we need to change this area here anyway. But unfortunately we have a high school here. And it is early in the morning, so students are now arriving. So it's better not a good idea to remove the high school right now. We should do this at night. And until then, let's think about what we could do. And I think I want to rebuild parts of this here a bit more precisely. But generally, I want to keep this layout how it is. But I want to do things just a bit more, yeah, like I said, precisely, because that will make things easier for us here. Whoa, a lot of low wealth, medium density houses. And is it possible to add this road a bit closer? Or to get this road a bit closer to the beach? Oh, sorry. I just wanted to check something. We should remove this part. And let's build this road. And from there we could probably build a curve. Like this, as close as possible to the sea level. Like this, for example. And from there we could build a straight road like this. Oh, sorry, straight road I said. Too close to existing intersections, so let's remove this. Alright, and again, straight road. Alright, yeah, this is good, I think. Better than before. Not parallel to this one, unfortunately. So many unfortunate things today. So let's rebuild this. Let's get away with that. Can we do something like this? Something is wrong. It tends to snap something. Can't say what. Well, we keep an eye on our money, of course. you can see, we lost a lot of money. So yeah, let's pause the game while we're checking the populations menu. We need more low-wealth workers, a lot more of them. Okay, this seems to work right now, so we can probably turn on the next OmegaCo factory. Let's do this, and let's add another, let's say, now let's put the low wealth apartment level over here on this one, because I want to, this time I want to, how should I explain? I don't want to build this always the same type of level on each tower. Okay, I want to specialize my towers, you know, residential and service and all these things, but I you know, I want to I don't mean mess things up. I can't remember the word I'm looking for. So yeah, I just don't want to put too many too much times the same mega tower level on top of each other. So I'm not sure if this was well explained, but hopefully well enough that I know what I mean. And another thing, let's check again. What is about shoppers? We don't have so many unsatisfied shoppers anymore, so probably it's not a good idea to build a additional mall level. All right, so let's let the simulation run again, and let's see what will happen. Oh, they are already OmegaCo franchise, and oh, here we should add the VTOL pad as well. And one thing I have learned over there in what was the name of this city? Iron Mountain City, of course, was it is a good idea to put your Omega production as close as possible to your factories, because as shorter the distance of the Omega delivery trucks is they need to drive to reach the factories, as more efficient your Omega production will be. Because in Iron Mountain City, this was the bottleneck. The delivery trucks took a lot of time, or they drive, or the distance was very long for them to drive, so it took a lot of time to get to the factories. So that was the reason why my Omega factories were so inefficient. But this time things looking good, and hopefully now, yeah, the processor storage is filled up entirely. So hopefully this is now the priority for the VTOL crafts to deliver raw ore and oil. I'm not sure. And yeah, let's see how this will work. Actually, we still have a bit space left here. Maybe it's enough for a factory. That would be nice. And probably we have, I think, no, there's not enough space. By the way, I want to rebuild the ferry terminal. And what are these guys complaining about? There's a fire. And ooh, wait a second. This is already medium density. No, thanks. I think I have to build a large fire station soon, because I need the hazmat fire truck. And I don't have so much space in this city. Let's see. Where should I build the large fire station? I have no idea. So for the moment we are okay. We should try to get into a positive cash flow. Let's check the taxes. They are alright so far. And yeah, let's continue over here. So many things to do at the moment. And can we connect this now to this road? Yes, one straight road. There is a slight curve. And this thing snaps something. Don't understand what. I think it tends to snap the entrance to the high school. So yeah, I want to remove this anyway, but later. So let's use the guidelines and let's add these parks, because the distance between the guidelines is, as you may know, a bit larger than high density buildings would need. So we could use these parks for measuring and to ensure that we do not waste too much space. And hello guidelines. So let's build this. Sorry, I made a mistake. Of course, when you need only the parks only when you want to build high density buildings back on back. So if you have one high density road on the other, on one side, then high density buildings, and then high density buildings again, and the second road on this side, you know what I mean? Then of course you need this, because between or each guideline or the distance between the guidelines is perfectly if you want to put a road at every guideline. So you would have one row of high density buildings located at each guidelines, of course. So that's the reason why this was a mistake. So the guidelines are okay for this. So let's continue with this. And whoa, revenue lost. Whoa, what's going on? I think maybe it's because I removed all the drilling. Yeah, I don't understand the messages over there. However, so unfortunately, again, I removed... Oh, look at this. We're back in a positive cash flow. That is good. And what was I saying? Yeah, unfortunately, I removed this road here. That road should mark the middle for me of this area. And what we now need is we need the parallel roads. Alright. So we can remove this and that and this and that. And then we want to have this parallel road. Now things get interesting. Is it a good idea to do this and then to reconnect? No, I think the curve will be way too steep. Yeah, way too steep. Makes no sense to do this. And makes no sense to do the curve in that direction, because before I removed the road here, I had the curve this way. So yeah, this makes sense again, or to do this again, but hopefully not too close to this road. So let's better turn on the guidelines, because basically I will have the same layout later, so I need the same space for this. And let's try to build this without a connection to this one. Not sure if this is a good idea. Could do something like this and that. All right. Yeah, it's a lot more even. This district now, or this layout. And yeah, let's try to add the first high density high walls buildings. Yeah, let's see how much space we need. Maybe we could put something cool here in this curve. Something like this. Is it possible to build this here? It is possible. So this is our little Academy HQ, and these textures are not, or it's overlapping with the ground. That looks not very nice over here. Maybe we can fix this by adding additional parks over here. Not really, unfortunately. Or could we build, I'm not sure, for example this, this plaza or so. I think basically it will not make any difference, but whoa, this looks not very nice and is actually a waste of space. No, I'm not sure about this, so I think it is okay like it is. I think technically, or basically, it looks really cool to have this thing over here. And we have another fire going on. So yeah, let's better upgrade this road. Medium density. Low, medium, high. Low, medium, high. I don't want to put buildings over there, so we can upgrade this right to high density. And let's add... Oh, this is a large building. And can we... let's take a look at the land value map. Yeah, it's too low down there. And it's pretty close to the edge of the map, so... Is there enough space over there? No, it's too close to the sea. That is not very good. Maybe we can do something else. As you can see, there we have enough space for high density buildings already. And this is medium density, so but if you have enough space for medium density, we have probably enough space for high density. So maybe we can build something like this over here without losing these buildings, because I think we will not have enough space for a high density building down there anyway. Let's try to build things with symmetry. So maybe we can build, I don't know, down there. Actually, I'm not sure what we could do. And why we're losing so much money again. As you can see, yeah, we have a nice profit in our mega towers. So let's check the situation here. We have a lot of available jobs. So what we could do here is we could build a office level, low tech, right on the mall level. That's probably a good idea. And we have sorry. Damn it, yeah, of course we have a lot of available jobs, so office level was probably not the best decision. So let's add another apartment level, low wealth. At the moment we need a lot of them. Start construction. So I want to keep this OmegaCo factory closed for the moment, because we're losing money again. Yeah, here things are good, so it is actually probably not a good idea if you want to build a Omega production, or if you want to mix your production lines, or if you want to add both production lines, the Omega production and the drone production, to one factory, to only have the resource delivery provided by Vital Crafts. So this was a complicated sentences for me. Sorry for this. So yeah, that's probably not a good idea. So here we should have enough space for high density buildings as well. That's very good. And we're still losing money. We have a power problem. Obviously. No, everything is fine. So we shouldn't care about this. And yeah, I think for the moment we're good in this city. But we're losing money again. I think it's because of the new levels of this mega tower. This office level is responsible for all the trouble we now have. So maybe we should simply add another low worlds level. Right, but I think then we are good for this episode. Let's check the Omega production. So our industry franchise level is pretty good, 88%. So commercial could use a bit more. I think one of the biggest problems here in the city is I don't have so many commercial buildings. That's probably a problem. So yeah, I definitely need to add additional mall levels here to this city. And yeah, let's see what will happen. And maybe I should reconsider this over here. But the problem is, as you can see, I do not reach the capacity limit of this OmegaCo factory. So it would make sense to have the drone production also here, because it makes no sense to have all four Omega production lines at one factory. Makes no sense. And as you can see here, it makes sense. Look at this. This is a very efficient OmegaCo factory. Omega factory. Way more efficient as every factory I have over there in Iron Mountain City. So this is pretty good. So alright, maybe here it is not so effective because of this problem here with the processes. So maybe I should try to have an Omega only production here and put the processor or the drone production here later. This is probably also a option. And yeah, however, I think for the moment, like I said, we are good for this episode. And I think I will play a bit my other cities to be able to send some money here to this city. I think this would make sense. And yeah, so, whoa, nice income. And I will think about the casino thing as well. So, but yeah, these are all things for the next episode. So thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.